Welcome to CP101, and we are starting another project. This is a Halloween project, actually. We're starting it a bit early because I'm going to have possibly 3 kits for Halloween this year. This kit here was given to me by Wayne Osborne. He was kind enough to think of me when he ran across it. And this is an original Aurora Dr. Jekyll as Mr. Hyde. I'm going to be building this and entering this in Boyd over at the Model Shop guy, or Trek Works. I'm going to enter this in his group Halloween build. This kit here originally came out in 1965. This issue is about around 1969-1970, based on the square box and the Aurora logo, which is different. That's when they changed their logo. And they started offering the glow-in-the-dark parts back in 69 or 70. The frightening lightning is what they called it, parts. But this is just a super cool kit, and we're going to build this for Halloween. Now, as you see here, we've got some items here. The kit it's not like the box art. It's a little different. The kit just gives you Dr. Jekyll. You have a table with some lab equipment, and then you have a knocked over stool, and that's it. I wanted mine to look more like the box art, so I'm using a different base, which is a regular wooden base. I've added a table, and I've added a bookcase to simulate what we see here in the box art. And this is dollhouse furniture, so dollhouse furniture is around 1/12 in the scale. So while we have a little bit of a difference in scale, it's close enough to where it's not going to create a problem with our display. So we're going to use everything in the kit but the base, this right here. We're not going to be using this. We'll just keep this, mainly because it has the Aurora copyright on the bottom here, and it says in 1964 on the bottom. So I'm not going to lose this. We're just not going to use it. We'll just put it away. But we've got all these pieces, parts here from Hobby Lobby. As I said, this is all dollhouse stuff. So we got 10 bucks in the bookcase. We got $5 for the table, and we got $2 for the base. So we've got about under $20 wrapped up into the base, and then we'll use everything else out of the model kit. The only thing I don't know if I'm going to do is add a back wall. I was thinking about adding a back wall and some wall sconces, and light the sconces up to throw some light on here. But I'm not too sure that could be done. I can, I guess, center the bookcase, put a sconce on each side, wall sconce, and then I guess we can do that, or we can move the thing over to one side. I haven't decided yet, but we'll figure something out if I decide to put a back wall up and add some lighting to give us a nice lighting effect. The instructions is your typical Aurora of the time period, where you had the box art, which is really super cool, and then you have your picture of the completed model kit, and then you have some advertisements here for Aurora on both sides of the instruction kit, or the instruction sheet. And then on the inside you have your assembly and instructions. So pretty cool. So they have you start with Dr. Jekyll, and then the third step is the display base. So we're probably going to follow suit and start on Dr. Jekyll first and get him assembled and cleaned up and do whatever we got to do. Here is his jacket, and we had a little bit of damage to the collar, but I've already fixed the collar, using the Amazing Sculpt, and repaired the collar, and the damage on the collar was my fault. The glow-in-the-dark head somebody glued onto the coat, and I didn't want to use the glow-in-the-dark head because the white plastic head has better detail. So when I removed the glow-in-the-dark head, which was glued in there quite well, I broke a little bit of the collar off with the head, but I wasn't worried about it because I knew I could use the epoxy, Amazing Sculpt, and repair the collar, and that's what we've done. So we got his collar fixed, and that's the only thing that we've kind of did a boo-boo on. Everything else we got apart and cleaned up a little bit. So we got that taken care of, and he'll stand roughly, well, I'll probably put him right about here, right by the bookcase, if I center the bookcase. We have the nameplate here. I've already drilled the holes into the wooden base for the nameplate that gets put on right here. So we'll glue that in there. And then Dr. Jekyll will be right about, roughly right about here. So, and I think this looks much closer to the box art than the kit originally was. So, but I think it'll be pretty cool when it's all said and done. I think it'll be really nice for the shelf. And we'll have to put him, I'll put him right beside my Planet of the Apes build. It'll look pretty cool. He'll fit in there perfect. So the base here, the size of it, of the wooden base, is 5x7, which I think is big enough. I've already drawn in pencil the wood planking for the floor. I went with a narrow planking instead of the real wide planking the kit depicted in the plastic flooring. But we'll stain this, and that stain will look, I'll probably go with like a walnut, maybe a little lighter, and the pencil should show through and simulate the cracks in the floor, so from the planks. So that'll be all good there. And that's the plans for the kit. I just have to decide whether we're going to put a back wall and then add lighting, or just leave it open like this and keep it more like the original Aurora kit. So our first step is to start working on Dr. Jekyll and get him assembled, and then we'll know much more where to place our props on the display base here. So that's the name of that tune. Now the other two kits I'm going to be building for my channel are again Aurora kits. I was going to build Elvira this year, but I changed my mind and just going to go old school and just go all Aurora. But this is the Ghost, which is it's a Monarch kit, but it originally was a Aurora kit as well. And then we have we have the Forgotten Prisoner, which is a Mobius kit, but this was also originally an Aurora kit. So a bunch of Aurora kits this year, going back to our monster roots. We used to build a bunch of these kits when I was a kid, so we'll be building those two on the channel as well, which I think will be pretty fun to get back to these Aurora kits. So I think we're up to like almost 10 minutes, so this is getting long already. I'm going to start working on Dr. Jekyll, get him done, and that'll be in the next update, and then we'll go from there. So until next update, guys, take care and peace.